Long story short, the kingdom is preparing to ride west with a huge army. It looks like they're going to throw everything they've got at Aryan Road.
Yes, we have received similar reports.
It's a pretty strange thing to do. I don't trust it.
Then you believe it to be a feint. Interesting. Well, if true, there are only so many places they could go. They cannot ignore our troops and attempt to take Deirdre. That would be folly. So the only other place I can imagine they would be after is Garreg Mach.
That's what I was thinking. So what's our play?
We can't risk losing the monastery. We'll have to send more troops to defend it. But at the same time, we can't unclench the fist we are trying to bring down on the kingdom. Our only choice is to mobilize the full resources of our regions.
Spoken like a woman with might to spare. I'm afraid we in the Alliance are already at our limits. But hear me out for a second. If the kingdom really intends to attack Garreg Mach, they won't approach from the west. That would put them smack between your forces in Aryan Road and the monastery. It'd be suicide. That leaves them with only one option.
You're saying they'll take the northern approach through Aelal?
Yep, the Valley of Torment, which just so happens to be the route we were planning to use ourselves. The Church of Seiros will likely mobilize every knight they've got, and that is a very big army.
Supposing you are correct, what do you suggest we do in response? Should we change our marching route to avoid clashing with them?
Nope. In fact, I vote we do the opposite. The kingdom will catch on no matter how we try to deploy our troops, so I say let's meet them right there in Aelal.
Interesting. But the valley path is treacherous and difficult to navigate, which will blunt the impact of our superior numbers. Why would we play into the enemy's hands like that?
Because sometimes trying to claim every advantage can be a double-edged sword. Leveling the playing field can often be the key to bringing an opponent down, especially if you know you can handle it. Besides, what better way to keep casualties to a minimum than by finishing them off in one battle?
You know how to convince me. Very well. I can get behind this plan.
Is there anything you would like to add, Hilda? You appear to be deep in thought.
Huh? Who, me? Nah, I'm good. I'm just standing in because Clad asked me to. If it brings the war to an end quicker, I'm all for it.
This war is going on and on. Do you think we will ever have sight of the end?
Yeah, I do. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but it's definitely out there on the horizon.
It will be good to be putting this war behind us. When the war is finished, what are you wishing to do?
That's a pretty big question.
Then I will give more clarity. How will you be supporting yourself when your contract is completed? If you have the desire, you could come to Bridget with me.
Wait, seriously? I thought you were just pulling my leg about that.
I would never be pulling your legs. Also, I am speaking with seriousness. After losing the war with the Empire, Bridget was forced into becoming a vassal state. But this war is giving Bridget the chance to stand on equal feet again. We will be opening our borders to Fodlan. The exchanges between us will flourish. I am needing a person I can trust to give me help with this. Please, accept my apologies if the offer was given with too much suddenness.
No, it's not that. I was just taking a moment to admire you. This war has been particularly ugly, and it seems like we're tearing each other apart on a daily basis. But people like you and Edelgard are already thinking about what comes next, how to plan for it. You're every bit the ruler they are.
No, I am different. I am the Queen of Brigid. We are the proud Isles, placed upon the sea by the spirits, who are watching over us to this day. Our future has the brightness of the sun. I am hoping you will be at my side as we are shaping it.
Powerful words. And I'm happy you put that much stock in me. Honestly, it's a good fit. I've got nothing tying me down. No family, no titles, no property to speak of.
I am not asking for your answer in this moment. I know your sword is sold right now. But when this war is over, I hope the making of a decision is at the top of your to-be-doing list. That is why I am approaching you so early, because I am very, very sneaky.
Fair enough. I'll keep that in mind. And I don't blame you for trying to sneak ahead of the competition. Honestly, I'm kind of flattered. So, how about this? Let's both make it through this war unscathed and decide what comes next together. Perfect timing, Caspar. I was just looking for you.
You were? Oh, I get it. You want to go a few rounds, huh? Fine, I'll take you down without even breaking a sweat.
Well, no, I mean, okay, yes, at some point, but that's not what I'm here for. Your dad's around, right? I was sort of hoping I could get a session in with him. You know, a little lesson from the Minister of Military Affairs himself.
Yeah, you might not want to do that.
Why not? You're training with him, aren't you?
Well, sure, but I've been doing that since I could barely even talk. And it still knocks my backside into next month. A regular person like you wouldn't stand a chance.
What about this looks regular to you? Come on, I'm serious.
Don't say I didn't warn you. You want my advice? Don't eat anything beforehand if you don't want to be cleaning it off your armor later. Oh, and cancel all your plans for after, because I can guarantee you are not going to make them. Just keep that in mind, okay?
It can't be that bad, can it? You're kind of scaring me here.
Oh, trust me, it can. I'm just making sure you don't get blindsided by the pain. Training with my father? It's a marathon of blood, sweat, and tears that'll leave you feeling like you're face to face with the goddess herself. Hey, you still alive?
I can't feel my legs.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. You're just out of energy is all. You know, my father praised you. Nobody's ever kept up with him as long as you did. Apparently, he's gonna come up with even tougher training now. Though I really wish he wouldn't.
I think I underestimated you, Caspar. I don't know how you can handle training like that every day.
Getting used to it was kind of my only choice growing up. I mean, I'm not as clever as you, so I had to make up for it by being tough as nails. That's why I'm always so gung-ho about getting stronger. Though, I don't know if that's really the most efficient way to go about it.
No, that training... efficiency has nothing to do with it. I think I get where that unwavering focus of yours comes from now.
Yeah? Well, in any case, I'm glad you're still alive and kicking. Our enemies aren't gonna know what hit them next time we get out on the battlefield. You know, it's a nice change of pace seeing you like this.
Please don't laugh at my pain.
Oh, hi.
Bernadetta, listen. I'm sorry about what happened back there.
Oh, it wasn't your fault. I'm the one who should be apologizing.
I didn't realize things could even go that bad. I'm glad we managed to get you in front of the meanest-looking guy in my company. But that didn't last long before the nerves got to you. Quickest I've ever seen someone run, let me tell you.
And then I accidentally stepped on that horse's tail, so it started going wild and totally trashed the place. It'll probably take weeks for them to clean that up. Oh, you really did it this time, Bernie.
Kind of a shame. It would have been way cheaper to just buy the herbs from Anna and be done with it. And with how much repairs ended up being, we could have even tossed in that creepy pot.
No!
That aside, though, you still want to do something about your shyness, right? I can see why this is a bigger problem than your whole staying indoors thing. Your anxieties can be quite the hurdle to overcome.
You're right. But hey, I haven't been keeping to myself at all lately. Bernie's out in the open.
Either way, now we know how things turn out when we try to force the issue. Looks like we're better off taking an incremental approach.
How's that work?
Well, we can start by having you hide nearby while I talk to someone you're afraid of. Then, I don't know, if the conversation gets interesting, maybe you can come out and join in?
I'm not going to care whether it's interesting or not. It doesn't matter if they're serious or boring or the most fascinating person in the world. All I care about is that they don't scare me.
Yeah, I guess that's gonna be tough to manage on its own, huh?
Well, maybe the incremental approach won't actually be as hard as we think.
Really? How do you figure?
I mean, I did used to think you were pretty terrifying. But with all this stuff we've been doing together, I've actually gotten used to you. And now I'm not really shy around you, am I?
Not exactly flattered to hear that, but, well, I guess I'll just be glad I don't scare you anymore. Sounds like spending time with someone is the key, which means we'll just have to toss you straight into the deep end and see if you can swim.
No, not the deep end! I hate the deep end!
Sorry, just messing with you. Anyway, here's hoping you and I can keep getting closer, Bernadetta.
Right.
You're in better spirits than I expected. You look at least 2 shades less pale than you did after the battle at Fort Mercius.
Oh, but your majesty does enjoy telling it like it is. Would it be the end of you to show a little compassion? No. Then you would just be pitying me. I do not know which is worse. Regardless, I am well. Thank you for noticing. Ask of me what you will, and I shall see it done.
I don't need anything from you, Ferdinand. Or at least not in that way. Just give me your usual effort, and that should be enough to get us through the upcoming battle.
You can count on me. Point me at a foe, and I will dispatch them with all haste. I cannot afford to die now, or my page in the history books will end in a most horrid fashion. Plagued by the guilt of striking down his father, Ferdinand welcomed the cold embrace of death on the battlefield. Or some such hogwash. Yes, I killed my father. And I would be a liar if I said it did not wound me nearly beyond reckoning. But I will not hate myself for it. It was the correct choice. I did the right thing.
Well, don't feel too bad. Imagine what they would write about me if we lose this war. Despite her futile attempts to wrest power from the Prime Minister, the Emperor's people turned against her and her life ended in abject failure. The end. I know exactly what the world would say of me, which is why I have no intention of losing.
I will not permit such a thing to happen. If ever my life were to be weighed against yours, I would gladly perish in ignominy if it meant keeping you alive and well. What? Did I say something amusing?
No, it's just... You're so strong, so proud. If all the world's nobles were like you, there would be no need to dismantle the aristocracy. That's all. I know it's a futile thought.
Nothing is futile. Though even I must admit it seems to be so, given the circumstances. Still, you vastly underestimate the potential of the aristocracy. For generations, our ancestors worked hand in hand, sharing knowledge and wisdom to administer our great land and ensure it was well protected. They acquired knowledge of the region and developed good policies to rule it. And in doing so, they earned the trust of the people. We cannot throw away everything they have built. It would be folly.
Of course not. What do you take me for? I'm dismantling the aristocracy, not their legacy. The common folk will take up the torch and carry on.
Do you believe they are ready? No matter how gifted they may be, they are only commoners. In order to replace the nobility, they need to be educated. Wait a moment. I see your plan now. You intend to establish a school. One that is not merely for nobles and wealthy merchant children, like the Officers' Academy once was. A school where anyone can enroll, regardless of wealth or standing, and get an education rivaling that of any noble.
Ferdinand? I cannot begin to guess where that idea sprung from, but this is exactly why I need you beside me as we shape the future of Adrestia.
You mean to say that you did not actually... So I was... Well, it is nice to be needed.
Dorothea, are you all right? I heard you were injured in our latest battle.
I'm fine. I can't say the same for my clothes, but at least my body will heal up quickly.
Oh, what a relief. It would be terrible if you were wounded, but even a single scar marring your perfect skin would be a tragedy.
No need to make such a fuss over it. I have plenty of scars already, Moni.
I'm aware, but a large one would present a different type of problem altogether.
Wait, how do you know that I have scars? Actually, no, I'd rather not find out.
By the way, Dorothea, there's something I was hoping to ask you. I heard you were hurt because you hesitated to kill an opponent and left yourself open to an attack. Is that true?
It is. My enemy was a young child, and she was all skin and bones. I thought perhaps she was an orphan, and pity stayed my hand.
So it is true.
I'm sorry. I suppose my failure to act must have been something of a burden on everyone else.
I don't consider you a burden. But still, why do you keep fighting if you have such a kind heart? How can you even stand it? Don't you want to run away? Don't you want to leave the army and return to your opera company?
Oh, of course. The little voice inside my head is always telling me to pack up and go. But I have too much self-respect to do that. Or perhaps I'm simply too tied to my position. If I hadn't been given the opportunity to become a songstress, if I'd remained an orphan, I might well be in the same position as the child I face today. I might have been pressed into battle without being taught how to fight properly. I doubt I would have lasted long out on the battlefield. And when I think about that, I can't run away.
I can't be the only one to flee to safety when everyone else is in danger.
I had no idea.
Plus, 80 matters a lot to me. I want to stay by her side and support her.
You know all about what that's like, right?
Even though you have the option of working in the capital, you've chosen to stay here and fight.
Well, you have me there. No matter what hardships might come, I can't imagine ever abandoning her.
That makes two of us.
Dorothea? My apologies. There's something I need to confess. I went to Her Majesty and asked her to reassign you to the rear guard. But after speaking to you, I now realize that was a great mistake. Even if it's difficult, and even if you get hurt, you still have a desire and a right to be on the front with Lady Edelgard.
You don't have to apologize, Moni. I understand. So, let's keep giving everything we've got to this fight.
Yes! With the two of us at her side, Her Majesty will be flanked by beautiful flowers. Wait, Her Majesty is also a beautiful flower, so,
Upon the stage of battle we shall bloom, an army of countless flowers bursting into full glory.
There you are. What's going on? It's not like you to send for me.
I have something to give you.
Well, this is new. What is it?
Here.
Flowers? Oh, I'm really surprised. I mean, you've never given flowers to anyone before, have you?
I had to ask some of our allies for advice. Because I wasn't sure the best way to communicate my feelings.
What do you mean?
I'm really thankful that you're my captain, but also that you're my father. I've never really told you that, so I wanted to make sure you knew.
Ah, kid.
When I asked, everyone said I should give you flowers. Apparently that's what they used to do back at the Officers' Academy. I wonder what it would have been like there.
The Officers' Academy, huh? You might have just been a student there if things had happened a little different. Or who knows, maybe you'd have ended up like Alois and forced into giving seminars or something. Not that you're really qualified to be a teacher. Anyway, these flowers did the trick, kid. Consider your message delivered. Though, to be honest, I kind of already knew. You might not give a lot away, but you're not completely unreadable. Sorry for making you think I had no idea.
That's all right. I'm just glad you know.
By the way, why'd you choose this kind of flower? Did someone suggest them?
No, I picked them out myself. I thought they were nice to look at. Calming, in a way.
You even like the same flowers as your mother. Can you inherit that kind of thing? I used to give these to Citri all the time. I'd pull them out from behind my back, and her whole face would light up like the brightest torch you'd ever seen. Maybe this is how she felt whenever she got them.
I'll keep that in mind for next time. I want to see how this mercenary life of ours is going to play out. Together. Those feelings are never going to change. And I'll do what I must to make sure you know that.
Huh. Thanks, kid.
We will reach ALL soon. The Kingdom and Church approach from the west, and our friends in the Alliance from the east. We know their movements, so we need to assume they also know ours. This final battle will be intense and bloody, but no matter what happens, we must emerge victorious.
At the very least, we have numbers on our side. Though the kingdom has all of those heroes' relics, that can't be good for us. We must keep our eyes open, and we must stay on the same page. We can't have anyone rushing ahead to fashion themselves a hero.
I'd say things are really heating up, but that's just the ground literally burning.
It's sweltering. Whose idea was it to wage a battle in this place again?
I will take heat over cold every day. Cold has its way of slowing you down.
I'm fine with hot or cold, so long as it's in the comfort of my own room with the door locked.
Do the words final, bloody, or battle not make you even the slightest bit nervous? Take this seriously. Show your pride as members of an army which serves the greatest empire the world has ever known.
No need to get everyone worked up, Ferdy. When you dislike war as much as I do, you start to appreciate the lighter moments.
I'm inclined to agree. Now, what do you say we show these adherents to the status quo a taste of true power?
They don't stand a chance.
To arms, then. Today we claim our victory for the good of all.
The Empire, the Alliance, the Kingdom, even the forces of the Church. To think we would all meet in such a cramped locale.
Hold on. Does anyone actually see the Knights of Saros amidst all this? I wonder if they're not even here to begin with.
We strike at the Imperial Army today. Do not let the Alliance distract you.
Yes, as you command.
The party's already starting, huh? It's too bad we couldn't throw it for something a little more civilized.
Would it kill you to be serious for once, Claude?
For the last time, Flane, I am against this. It is not too late to retreat.
And for the last time, I intend to fight. Besides, it would seem the battle is about to begin.
Well then, just give the command, Edelgard.
Good. Our very hope depends on you. Brave warriors of Adrestia! The time has come to demonstrate the Empire's valor, to prove our supremacy! Any who dare stand in our way must be cut down! Now! As one, attack! I'll be counting on the Alliance's wisdom and strength this day, Claude.
Don't worry, our brilliant teamwork will send them scattering.
Shore up our defenses, then advance on the enemy's forward position.
So far as we know, the enemy's objective is to breach our defensive line and pass through the valley. We must not let that happen.
Riders, charge! Tear their defenses apart!
Yeah, not bad.
I've heard troubling tales about Fargus's cavalry. We'll be in deep trouble if we don't take them out soon.
You're done!
My turn. I'll carve my way right through them. No, not yet.
Not on my watch, pal!
Watch
to the ground! Even a single wrong step will cause undue pain.
All right, you'll do.
Let us go. In their right flank. That's where the Alliance army is weakest.
You're gonna come all the way over here? No fair!
We can't let the enemy create holes in our defenses. We must head over and assist. Send the Alliance's Wyvern Company to cover our right wing. You got my back? I need your strength! Hey! You got it. Let's go! I've got you now!
I'm still on my feet, and I can still hold a sword. Which means I can keep fighting. You think a few nicks and scratches will send me packing?
Stand down, Felix. It's a wonder you can still stand. Now would you please let us handle the rest?
You better come back alive, Sylvain, or else.
I hope you're watching, Ingrid. Today is the day I avenge you. Out of the way! Let's take the stronghold. Forgive me, Your Majesty. May fortune favor you in battle. Not you too, Sylvain. What am I supposed to do now? A fight
We keep this up. The battle may be over before it can even begin.
It's unnerving how well we're doing. I hope that means we're headed for a quick victory.
Thanks for coming for me. That could have really gone either way there.
We're short-handed enough as it is, Hilda. Compels me to be more careful. I will heal your wounds. Please, be careful out there. This should be of use.
What is this? The second coming of Saint Sabine? Strike her down and put an end to it already.
Why must you hurt each other like this? You are all brothers and sisters.
This place will never fall with me around.
I cannot take much more. Yet the others will be in grave danger if I flee.
I need your strength! You got it! Let's go! I've got you now!
Flame, no more! Get to safety!
Very well, brother. But you must swear not to put yourself in unnecessary danger.
You will go no further.
In the name of His Majesty, you will perish here.
Don't help me out!
Stay close!
chance is dim.
I'm not finished yet. Fall back, Dedu. Please, I cannot afford to lose you. I take the field. Every last one of them will yield to me, or they shall perish.
Courage now! The time has come to bring our war with the kingdom to its end.
King Dimitri is keeping the Empire busy. Break through their defenses!
Bear witness.
They coordinated that well. I'm almost impressed. Move to intercept at once.
I was wondering when Seteth would show up, and wouldn't you know it, there he is. Take careful aim now. Don't let any of them breach the defensive line.
Archers! No. They must have seen our attack coming.
That man is a force of nature. I cannot hope for ordinary officers to stop him.
I'll take this place down before you have time to strap your armor on!
Right there!
The Empire and all who prostrate themselves before it will be punished by my hand.
By your will. Your life is forfeit.
I cannot.
Child's play.
I did not credit your strength enough.
Gone are the days when the battlefield would shudder before me. But I am not beaten yet. I defy Bested again. But I must live on. For Flame.
Take a breather. Watch this!
That was the Archbishop's aide, but there's still no sign of most of the Knights of Seiros.
With Seteth retreating, the rest falls upon my shoulders.
If we fail to act, Dimitri will reach our defensive line. We must stop him at all costs.
Our conflict ends here. I shall see to your demise with my own 2 hands.
I'm up against the King of Vargas himself. But I'm not about to back down.
Last one.
No! All will be lost if they breach our defensive line.
Let us crush their defenses. Music.
Very well.
It's not too late, Dimitri. Sever ties with the Central Church and return to your people.
And I'm to believe that will end your aggression? You'll come for me anyway. Your thirst for blood is unquenchable. I will sacrifice my own body if I must. Every ounce of my being, I offer for the future of Vargas.
With me, Hubert.
For the Empire!
All who oppose us will fall! Get out of my way!
Right when I was so close to ending her.
He came at us like a maelstrom, but we managed to take the wind out of his sails.
We drove off the kingdom and the Central Church. It's a start, but...
But this war is not over. We will hunt Dimitri down and put an end to the struggle.
Well, would you look at that? We won. Thanks to you. Actually, I'd say you pulled most of the weight. The Kingdom and the Church had a ton of grizzled warriors on their side. We would have been in real trouble without you and your mercenaries.
You were pretty impressive yourself. You barely even broke a sweat out there. I appreciate the compliment, though. I'm glad we got the chance to team up like this.
Me too. The war's not over yet, though. I'm hoping you'll stick around to the end.
Of course.
The Ashen Demon has proved a greater asset than we could have ever imagined. You must be relieved to see your gamble pay off. If nothing else, I'll be a lot less busy as your partner in destiny going forward. What a thing to imagine.
Urgent report, Your Majesty. After his failed charge, Dimitri forced his way south in retreat. He has fled the battlefield. And the Archbishop's right-hand man, Seteth, has escaped to the north. We've lost sight of him and his troops.
Dimitri's the one to go after. Things will get complicated if we let him get away. We can move the fastest, so leave the pursuit to us. Just don't forget to send reinforcements, all right?
I want the two of you to follow Claude. It's not that I don't trust him, exactly. I just want to make sure we're the ones who apprehend Dimitri.
Leave it to us.
Now that I think about it, there's something else to be concerned about. Where was the Archbishop? Where was the main force of the Knights of Seros? Rhea would have relished a battle like this, yet she was nowhere to be found.
No. Hubert, let me ask you something. When the Archbishop escaped from Garreg Mach, we found no evidence of how she managed to reach this valley. Correct?
Indeed. We searched high and low, but it was only by chance that we picked up her trail in ALL. That is how we knew she had entered the kingdom. Without that clue, she would have been in the wind.
Just as I suspected.
What is it, Ferdinand? Is Garreg Mach in danger?
I fear so. There could be a secret path between this valley and the monastery that only the Church knows about. And in that case, the Archbishop might be using it to stage an attack on Garreg Mach.
It's certainly possible. Hubert, your thoughts?
I will look into it, but I am almost certain that Ferdinand's theory is correct. We should assume this is the case, and take action immediately.
Of course it is correct. Very wise of you to see that.
In that case, we'll divide our troops. The main force will proceed with occupying Galatia. We'll lead the remaining third south to Garreg Mach, and continue our pursuit of Dimitri.
There's no sign of them. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking how the time has finally come.